morning, everybody. This is James from 93 Project, and again, we have the same situations that keep occurring here in America, where you're supposed to have religious freedoms and liberties to your First Amendment right to say what you want to say and all those kinds of things, and be able to be free, but apparently you're not, especially if you're a believer. And what am I talking about is that, again, we have a situation where someone who is a transgender woman, who is actually a biological male, have determined that because they were taken off of a football team, a women's football team at that they decided to sue, and guess what? They won. They won the case, a $20,000 case, $10,000 for punitive damages, and another $10,000 for emotional distress. So as I have kept saying before, over and over and over, and other believers as well, with their channels, is letting the Christian body know, the believers know that it's time to wake up and it's time to stop playing games with all of this and what's going on out here, because it's real. It's not going away. It's not going to fade away. It's not going to just go by the wayside. So while we're out here playing all of these having all of these programs in the churches and bless me 3 times, turn around, to touch your neighbor and all that kind of stuff, and God's about to do this amazing thing, you know what? What's about to happen is some very major persecution. And the persecution, again, is not going to be anything that's like, in China, where you have to have churches underground and all of those kinds of things, where they can literally just burn down your churches and stuff like that in what is it, Kenya or Nigeria or something like that. But it's more so, we're going to hit your pockets. We're going to come after your churches. We're going to come after what you can and cannot say. It's going to be a thought police. It's going to be compelled speech and things of that nature. So when you're working in government buildings, you're working within school systems, and even just jobs where they have adopted the all-encompassing, I guess you can say, civil rights law, where, well, actually it's not federal, but including gender expression, gender identity, and things of that nature. So when you think about what's about to happen, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. They're going to lose their livelihood, or they're going to be fined. Again, they've come back down on the Christian baker, Jack Phillips, up in Colorado. On the same day that the Supreme Court was to hear his case concerning the same-sex cake, the couple who wanted them to bake the cake, someone called and asked for him to make a transition cake, meaning that they wanted the cake to be blue on the outside, pink in the center, or something like that. And so when he respectfully declined for his own religious beliefs, guess what? They filed a lawsuit against him. And so now he's back in court again, having to face another trial for standing up for his religious liberties and beliefs and choosing not to violate his conscience. So when people get online and we're telling the Christian church to wake up and stop playing games, stop being so concerned about, God bless me and God give me this house, give me this car, give me this wife, I need this business and this and that. What I'm going to suggest is that what we need to do is to refocus. Number one, we need to focus on souls, getting people saved so that they come to the knowledge of Jesus Christ and come to the knowledge of truth. And then secondly, there are some of us who are called to fight. When I say fight, I mean there are some of us who are called to stand strong, do not waver, do not bend, and do not bow. And that if we have to go to court, if we have to stand up for what is right, if we have to stay on the front lines and tell the truth. And as it is famously said by Mr. Ben Shapiro, facts don't care about your feelings. The fact of the matter is that we have to stand up for what is right and what is on God's side, and stop allowing for the world to dictate to us wrong is right and right is wrong. Because see, right now, since they run the media, then they have control of what you see and what you hear and your intake. And so even people have been talking about that movie Bird Box. And you know what? Within the first 20 minutes of that movie, guess what? What was in the movie? There was an inverted cross. There was an upside down cross. Here's the picture right here, an upside down cross. If anyone who knows anything about the demonic, that is very symbolic to have an inverted cross. So with that being said, saints, wake up, know what's going on around you, see what's happening, and ask God to allow for your eyes to see the truth of what's happening, and for the wool to be pulled away from your eyes. And when you see that, and I'm talking to believers now, when you don't get caught up in the world and the scales fall off your eyes and the world system is just that, the world system to you, then you're able to see clearly that it's not about Donald Trump, it's not about politics, it's about the kingdom. All right, so this is James from 93 Project. Remember, as I always say, Jesus Christ is Lord. Peace.